Hello everyone and welcome to Maytech. Today we're going to look at some dust control options for your workshop. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so. Now we're going to look at two products here today. The first is going to be the Downdraft Universal Small Port Hose Kit, and that's from Rockler. And the next is this Downdraft Sanding Table by ShopFox. Okay, let's jump into this video and have a look at these products. The first product we're going to look at is the ShopFox Downdraft Table. These downdraft tables work by sucking air and your dust down through these vents on top here, down through the table, and out this outlet on the back here. This outlet on the back here is either attached to your central dust control system or to your shop vac. In my case, I'll just be using a shop vac. The top of the sanding table has all these little rubber knobs here that help keep your projects in place when you're sanding them. It also comes with this fence that goes all the way around. The fence itself can be removed in case you want to sand an item that's larger than the table. Now in front here, you also get yourself a couple carrying handles. The outlet on the back is about 2 1/4 inches inner diameter, so it of course doesn't fit my 1 1/4 shop vac hose. It doesn't come with any adapter for the 1 1/4 hose, so I just went ahead and 3D printed my own, which solved the adapter issue for me. Next, let's have a look at this Downdraft Universal Small Port Hose Kit here, and Rockler of course makes this. The kit comes with this connector to attach it to your shop vac, a hose, and 2 hose ports. I also bought these extra hose ports to make sure it would fit all of my sanders. Now this system works by basically attaching one of these ports to your sander where your dust bag normally goes, and attaching the other end either to your shop vac or to your central dust control system. It has kind of a neat way of attaching to the hose. All these pieces will basically just screw into the hose just like so. And the same for the ports, which makes them easy to change so you can swap them as needed. Now one of the interesting things I found is I can actually fit my 1 1/4 hose nozzle that came with my shop vac onto the back of the port, so I don't even need to use the provided hose. I can just use my shop vac hoses. Next I'm going to try this Downdraft system on some different tools here just to see how it fits. First up, I got my belt sander here, and it's got this long oval port here. I'm going to try the biggest of the ports on here. And it seems to fit on there quite nicely, and it's nice and snug, so seems to work on the belt sander just fine. Up next, I'm going to try the exact same port onto this hand planer here to see how it works. My hand planer here has this little adapter that fits into the outlet that the chips come out of, and we're just going to take this port and attach it to this adapter here, and it seems to fit on there just fine, and it seems to hold itself snug. Next up, we have the palm sander, and with the palm sander, I'm once again going to use the largest of the ports onto the outlet here. This large port also does seem to fit the palm sander just fine, so it should work fine for that. Last, we have my mouse sander here. The mouse sander has this smaller circular outlet, and on it we're going to try one of the medium ports that are just going to fit over it. And this medium port does seem to fit the mouse sander just fine. So it does seem the Downdraft ports will fit all my sanding and planing machines without an issue. So let's move on to testing these dust control systems. The first item we're going to test is this downdraft table. We're going to test it by sanding this pine board here with my orbital sander. Now I know you're not going to be able to see much of the dust on the camera, so I'm going to give you a commentary of what I saw after we're done sanding. So to me, it looked like there was about 70% less airborne dust in the air from when I regularly sand with just the bag on the back of the sander alone, which seems to be a pretty decent improvement overall. Next, I'm going to try the downdraft table with my mouse sander here. My mouse sander doesn't operate as aggressively as my orbital sander. Because of this, I'm going to assume that the downdraft table is going to be able to catch more of the dust. There does seem to be significantly less dust in the air from when I just used the mouse sander alone, I would say probably 75 to 80% less dust in the air, which is awesome. So it does look like this Shopbox Downdraft table does a fairly decent job of collecting dust and keeping it out of the air for you. Let's go give the Rockler system a test next. Now I'm going to test this dust right system using the same sanders, the same sandpaper, and the same pine board as we used with the Downdraft table. Once again, I know it's going to be hard for you to see how much dust this system's actually collecting, so I will give you some more commentary at the end. The dust right system does seem to do a fairly amazing job of collecting dust. I would say it's caught 90 to 95% of the dust that I would normally see either on my sanding mat or in the air. Now let's give this dust right system a test with the mouse sander. Again, I'm really pleased with the results here. I would say that once again, it's caught 90 to 95% of the dust that would be kicking around, compared to only if I had the stock bag attached to the sander. In review, I'm going to go ahead and say both of these products are great buys for keeping the dust out of your shop. The dust right system by far works the best, and it's going to be the product I can see myself mostly using. But I'll definitely also be using the Downdraft table when I don't have a sander that I can actually hook a vacuum up to, or for when I'm hand sanding, and that should cover most of the stuff that I sand. So that's it for this review, folks. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure to do so and hit that notification bell. And if you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments section. Thanks, and see you next time.